Tori Bond, and this is my 3,000 mile K-Mod and Raptor suspension review video. So I got this suspension in 2013 and I've been riding it for 3 years now and I haven't had any problems. The rails are still straight, arms are still fine, all the bushings are still tight, nothing broke. I've bent a couple cross shafts and that's it. So the K-Mod comes with Raptor shocks. I'm also running Raptor shocks in the front. Great shocks, they're fully billet construction, progressive rate springs, and 20 position clicker adjustment. So the K-Mod is a coupled suspension, and what that means is when you compress the rear of the skid, it also brings the front of the skid up. That helps when you're have the skis off the snow. By bringing the front of the track out of the snow, it helps keep you more on plane and going uphill instead of wheeling out backwards. So the coupling is controlled by this coupling block. This rear pivot arm, when the rear of the suspension compresses, this moves back and contacts this coupling block. Once it makes contact, through geometry, the front of the suspension must be pulled up in order for the rear of the suspension to continue compressing. In order to adjust how much coupling you have, the block has different heights machined into it. One has the least amount of height machined into it, so it couples the least. Level 4 has, as you can see, a lot larger standoff height machined into it, so it couples sooner. I have the rear shock loosened up to demonstrate this, but with least amount of coupling number 1, notice how the rear of the suspension can move independently of the front, just like the stock skid. Then, 2 seconds, I can go from least amount of coupling to max amount of coupling. Notice how as soon as the rear suspension hits the coupling block, the front of the skid starts to pick the rails up out of the snow. I also can't bottom out the suspension this way with the same amount of spring rate, because once the coupling block hits the rear pivot arm, I'm effectively using both the rear shock and the front shock to further compress the rear of the skid. All of my weight, as far as it goes down. One turn to the coupling block. All of my weight bottoms out. Along with the coupling block, 4-position coupling block, I also have spring adjustment, clicker adjustment, 20 clicks. I have spring and clicker up front, and then I have limiter straps that are highly adjustable. So I'm 220 pounds, like in gym clothes. I'm running Fast Track's built 800, approximately 170, 175 horsepower, and a 156 3-inch track. I'm able to run my suspension really playful with my limiters all the way out, and in a matter of 2 seconds I can flip my coupling to max coupling to pick the front of my skid out of the snow if I need to keep the skis down or need to climb something real steep if I'm getting too much transfer. I'm also running a K-Motion this year, and I think the 4 degrees positive stop pivoting is the reason why I actually like this pivoting skid. It offers a little bit of extra lean, so you don't have to put as much effort in, but it doesn't get so wishy-washy that you're sliding out on hills. You still have feedback like through the running boards on like different terrain features. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. A little bit of flex to initiate, but not too much that you're washing out, and you still get that feedback through the running boards. Like I said, I'm 220, 225, and the K-Mod is super adjustable. Off trail is what I bought it for. But one of the coolest things that I think is The trail ride in and out is super smooth compared to the stock skid. I don't have to beat myself up at the end of the day. I usually am riding faster than almost everybody down the trail, except for guys that like race rimshaw and are just like hauling balls down the trail. I'm just casually moseying down the trail and beating everybody else. It's super smooth. Guys on the stock skid are beating themselves up, wrists hurt, bottoming out their suspension. So there you have it. There's your 3,000 mile K-Mod and Raptor Performance Shock review video. Check them out at kmodsnowmobileparts.com and raptorshops.com.